Welcome students. Let us start with the unit 1 topic of chemistry, role of metal ions in biological system. So various enzymes require metal ions such as calcium uh, and sodium, potassium, magnesium, etc. So they are also required in the transport systems. Then in iron is required in hemoglobin, in control systems for nerve cells, etc. So the group 1 and group 2 metals that are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium are present in large quantities in our body compared to the transition metals which are present in relatively small quantities, or they are also known as trace elements. So the metal ions are required in our body, uh, which uh, which act as uh, electronegative complex electronegative species. So they gain electrons from molecule from the atoms such as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and occasionally carbon also. So these molecules, the metal ions are mainly present in a ligand based system. Or so there can be two types of ligands, porphyrins or corins. Porphyrins are large molecule. It is a large molecule of four four five membered carbon ring are linked to each other, along with the five along with the carbon ring. There is also nitrogen in the porphyrin ring. Four nitrogen atoms are present in the porphyrin ring. Then there is a corin ring, which is also a similar type of ring, just it is lacking one carbon than the porphyrin ring. So here in the porphyrin and the corin ring, the nitrogen is acting as a donor of electron to the transition metal that is present. So this porphyrin ring is very wide, is the example of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains this porphyrin ring which helps in transporting oxygen in the red blood cells of our body. So hemoglobin, which is binded to the oxyhemoglobin with the help of Fe2. It binds oxygen, and if and when it leaves the when the oxygen leaves, the molecule is known as deoxyhemoglobin. If that deoxyhemoglobin is combined with carbon monoxide, then it converts into methemoglobin. And there are different forms of hemoglobin such as deoxyhemoglobin, methemoglobin, uh, oxyhemoglobin, globin protein, plus there can be a hem or a hematin molecule, and these are the different forms of hemoglobin according to the binding of Fe. If the Fe is in a +2 form or a +3 form, it will change the name of that particular protein molecule. So the hemoglobin consists of two parts: heme group, which is iron plus porphyrin ligand, and protein, that is globin. In the resting state, oxygen is not binded to the Fe2 plus. So when the oxygen is binds to Fe2 plus, it converts into oxyhemoglobin and changes the Fe spin of the Fe2 plus. So this is a reversible process, and they if, when the oxygen is when the hemoglobin is in the oxyhemoglobin state, it goes and circulates to all the oxygen deficient areas of the body, and wherever there is oxygen requirement, the oxygen is released as O2 This is oxygenation, and during that process the CO2 molecule comes and binds to the Fe2 plus, and it is transported back to the lungs for oxygenation. Then the example of Corin ring is the vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is also known as cyanocobalamin. So it is a molecule of vitamin B complex which is required in our body to carry out neurological functions, and also sometimes muscle. It is required for neurological functions and hemoglobin production, and sometimes muscle functions also. Then we'll see the next example of metal complex in biological system. So here is an example of cisplatin. This is the name, cisplatin. It is used in a cancer chemotherapy. So it is a very toxic molecule itself, but it can kill the cancer cells. Hence, it is used for in the cancer therapy. So we will see about it more in further detail in the next topics. There are some examples of trace elements in our biological system, such as not only human but also other biological systems, such as there is a metal vanadium which is present in the form of hemovanadin or vanadium nitrogenase. Chromium is involved in glucose metabolism, but however we still don't know what is the function of chromium in the glucose metabolism. Then there is molybdenum. Molybdenum is required for function of nitrogenase enzyme and oxidase enzyme. Nitrogenase enzyme is the enzyme which is going to add nitrogen to the leguminous plant roots. So it is required there. Then tungsten is required for oxidase enzymes to function. Manganese is required for enzymes such as dehydrogenase or decarboxylase. Then iron has a lot of applications, such as oxygen transport in the hemoglobin and the myoglobin molecules. Then electron transport in the cytochrome or ferredoxin or rubberodoxin molecules. Then catalase, peroxidase, nitrogenase, and it is also present in the form of ferritin and transferrin in our body. As such, ferritin and transferrin are its storage forms in our body. Then cobalt is present in a form of vitamin B12 coenzyme. Copper is present in the oxygen transport molecule of hemocyanin in some species, and oxidase enzyme in human systems. Copper is required for synthesis of RBCs. So if there is a deficiency of copper, there can be inhibition of synthesis of hemoglobin or red blood cells. Then nickel is required in metallothioneins, means nickel and sulfur will be occurring in the same molecule itself. So the references to read about for this topic are given in the notes section of this presentation. Please click on the link and find the notes. So we'll go ahead with the next topic, that is types of organic reactions. This is also a topic from the unit 1. So there are very simple organic types of reactions that we have to study. So they are addition, elimination and substitution. By the we will see one by one how addition, elimination and substitution reactions occur. Addition reaction occurs when when two or more reactants combine to form single product. So the product will contain all the atoms that were present in the reactants. So the example can be A plus B gives C, in which the C is containing atoms from A as well as B. Then there's elimination reaction, which occurs when a reactant is broken up into two products, and the product will be having there will be two parts of the reactant is broken in two parts of the product to give us a product. So the example can be A is broken down to B and C. So A must be a larger molecule and it is broken down into two parts, B and C. The third example is substitution reaction, where reactants replace their atoms with other atoms from the other reactant. So the example can be AB plus CD gives us AD plus BC. So here we can see B has replaced D and D has replaced B in the molecule product section. So let us see one by one different types of addition reaction. So the examples of addition reaction are hydrohalogenation. Hydrohalogenation include, for example, let us say we are hydrohalogenating a alkene. Ethene is hydrohalogenated to give us a haloalkane, means C double bond and CH2 double bond will be reacted with acid such as HX. X can be either fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So this gives us CH3, CH2 and X. So this is the example of hydrohalogenation. Then halogenation. Here in the halogenation reaction, it is a similar type of reaction to hydrohalogenation, but here the diatomic halogen molecule will be used. For example, Cl2, Br2, I2, this type of molecule will be used, while in hydrohalogenation HCl or HF, HBr, HI, this type of molecule will be used. So how does the halogenation reaction occur? Then CH2 double bond CH2 plus Br2 means the molecule is containing two atoms of Br, bromium. Then it will substitute, it will break the CC double bond, only CC single bond will be present, and both the bromine will be added to the carbon. Both the bromine will be added to the C double bond C to give us CH2Br single bond CH2Br. The name of the compound will be 1,2-dibromoethane. Then the example of addition reaction is hydration. What do you mean by hydration? So the hydration means addition of water. Addition of water to an unsaturated compound can be done, and it is known as, it is a type of addition reaction. So CH2 double bond CH2, water plus water in excess, it will give us one of the hydrogen from water molecule will be going to one carbon, and the OH entity will be going to the other carbon atom to give us ethanol, CH3 single bond CH2OH. So this is the formula for ethanol. Then the next example is hydrogenation. What do you mean by hydrogenation? Please don't get confused. Hydration and hydrogenation both are different reactions. So hydrogenation involves addition of hydrogen molecule to an alkene. CC double bond is reduced to C double bond C with the help of hydrogen, that is H2 molecule. So CH2 double bond CH2 will be hydrogenated with H2 molecule to give us CH3 single bond CH3. So ethene is going to convert to ethane in this reaction. So here catalysts are required, such as platinum, palladium or nickel. So this is hydrogenation. Example of hydrogenation is hydrogenation of vegetable oil. The vanaspati ghee that we use for cooking is an example of hydrogenated oil. And margarine is a type of butter substitute that can be made with the help of hydrogenation. Then all the example of polymerization reactions of a monomer is converted into a polymer, such as all the chemical plastic molecules of all the plastic polymer are example of polymerization, are example of addition reaction. So vinyl chloride monomer can be polymerized into polyvinyl chloride, that is the PVC, that is commonly used as plastic in day-to-day life. Then we come to elimination reaction. What do you mean by elimination reaction? We had talked about this in the introduction of elimination reaction. That is, your uh, your reactants are going to cut in two parts. That is, A is going to be cutted in B and C. Two parts of the reactant is going to happen. So let us see the example of elimination reaction. The example is dehydrohalogenation. The same way in the addition, what did we add in the addition reaction? Hydrohalogenation we had done. Over there we had used HX. Here we will use, that was a HX, that was a acid. Here we are going to use a base to give us dehydrohalogenation. So let us say example, we have a molecule iodoethane, means CH3 single bond CH2I. It will be reacted with a alkali such as KOH to give a ethene molecule CH2 double bond CH2, and a Ki, that is salt, halogen and alkali metal salt, and a molecule of water will be released in the process. Then let us see another example, dehydration of an alcohol. Let us see how it is significant. So the alcohol, let us say ethanol. Ethanol will be dehydrated with the help of strong acid catalysts such as H2SO4 or H3PO4 at high temperatures at 180 degrees Celsius to give us ethene and H2O molecule. Then we come to the substitution reaction. Substitution reaction involves two substitution reaction involves swapping of two parts of a reactant to give us so let us see the example of substitution reaction. The example is formation of haloalkanes. How is it done? Let us see. Haloalkanes means C carbon chain, a single bonded carbon chain which is bonded to a halogen atom. So formation of haloalkanes, when let us say we have a tertiary alcohol, that is C, bounded to CH3 thrice, and one valency is satisfied by OH hydroxyl group. So here it will be reacted with HX acid such as HX to give us the OH will be replaced with X, and the OH is going to get combined with the H part from the HX molecule to give us H2O. Then hydrolysis, simple meaning of hydrolysis is breaking down of a molecule with the help of water. So let us see an example. This is a chloroethane, which is C single bond CH3 single bond to CH2 Cl, plus it is if it is given water, treated with water, then it will give the OH is going to replace the Cl, and we are going to get ethanol CH3 single bond to CH2 and OH, and it is going the other product, the Cl, is going to get combined with a hydrogen to give us HCl. So this reaction is done at room temperature with the help of dilute solutions of strong bases such as NaOH and in the presence of water. Then formation of haloalkenes from alkanes. So let us say this is a ethane molecule CH3 single bond CH3. It is treated with Br2 molecule in the presence of light. The Br is going to replace one of the hydrogen of one of the carbon to give us CH3 single bond to CH2 Br and HBr. So this reaction is done with the help of energy is obtained from the light. So the link for all this reactions, all this material is given in the presentation. There is in the link there is a homework assignment that you have to perform. Please go ahead and do the homework of the in the form of assignment for these topics.